Yes, we are live and all the way from Mexico City and to Reykjavik. We have Zvala today, who unfortunately doesn't have her camera working, so she's gonna be just an audio
Hey,
interview. So welcome, Zvala.
thank you, thank you.
It's an honor to have you here.
Well,
I've been
thank
waiting.
you.
I've been waiting for this for so long, and when you actually responded to my emails, I was like really impressed.
Well, I'm just, I'm very, very happy that you know my music. So that's to me, it's great.
I love your music. I've been
Oh,
following you
thank
since
you.
2001,
Oh,
when
wow.
you released The Real Me.
Yes, yes.
I love this album. I actually bought it in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to New York for this holiday, and I came into this record store, and I was looking just for like random stuff, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it just appeared. And I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for this album forever because your music didn't
Wow.
make it here in Mexico. But
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, that album is, yeah, it's 20 years old and it's it has a lot of good memories there. It was my first solo album.
yes, it's a great album. They're
Thank
asking
you.
why can they see Zvala? Yes, because she mentioned that her camera is not working, so you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm on like an old computer and because yeah, I don't have my other computer is my boyfriend is using that as at because he's filming a movie. So I'm on this old computer that there's like doesn't have like the camera is like doesn't work and I'm like really, surprised that it's actually working the audio. I'm like, wow.
Well, don't bother. It's not a problem. I mean, we're super excited to listen to you, so it's
Oh,
great.
thank you.
So, Zvala, you've been singing all your life.
Yes, I've been singing forever. Yeah, since I was a little girl. Yeah. Yeah. I mean
Your
my dad my dad is recording artist, producer, songwriter has been making music since the late 60s. So I was kind of born into just the kind of the industry here and started singing really young, although I had to beg him because he didn't really want me to sing and be a performer, and he just wanted me to be in school and be a kid. So I always had to beg to sing when I was very little. So yeah, but I released singles when the first song came out when I was like 7. So I've been doing it for a while.
and you had a number one single when you were 7.
Well, I was actually 9.
Oh well, 9. Okay.
Yeah, it was a duet with my dad, and then I had another number one when I was 11, and then another one when I was 16. And yeah, so I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah.
Well, your first songs were like Christmas songs, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of Christmas songs that are classic Christmas hits and are played every Christmas. So I every Christmas I hear little Svala, 9 years old, singing in like every store, every radio station. Because I have a lot of songs. I think it's like 5 or 6 Christmas songs that are just always played. They're just a part of the Christmas catalog music here in Iceland. So
Wow. Well, that must be awesome to listen to your younger self
oh God.
every time, every year.
I'm very, very little. I mean, I can send you some of those songs, and yeah, it's really good memories because that's when I was working with my dad, and I was just little, and just in the studio with him, and it was awesome.
I bet. And I mean, your dad is what like one of the biggest pop singers in Iceland. So
Yeah, he is. He's an icon here. He's been doing it for so long, and everybody knows his music. It's all in Icelandic, and it's like a part of our, I guess, our culture. Everybody knows his music, although you might not listen to it. You just know it because it's just been a part of life here for so long. He started making music in the '60s.
yes, it's been a long time, and you guys share the same Eurovision. Um, uh, how you call this,
Yeah, like a
because he
Eurovision journey.
journey, because he participated in 95 and you did
Yeah,
in 2017.
yeah, he did. He actually competed a lot in the 80s when the semifinals were but he never, it's so funny, he never got voted to go, and then in 90, I think it was 95 or 97, I can't remember. They
95.
basically, yeah,
Hmm.
they just asked him to go. They were like, just, we want you to compete. They didn't have a competition. They just chose a person to go, and he was chosen, and he wrote a song, and and went, and then I went in 2017, and I competed here in the semifinal and everything. Went through the whole thing here,
That's amazing.
and it was so much fun.
You've had a long journey, and when you were like 16, you joined this house disco band called Scope.
Yeah, I was because I just wanted to do my own thing, and my dad told me, like, if you want to make music, you have to do it on your own terms, and just pay your dues, and just do your own thing, because he didn't want to open any doors for me. He wanted me to just do it myself, which was really good, because
Mm-hmm.
I became very independent as an artist, a songwriter, and I kind of just found my own way and did it my way,
Mm-hmm.
which was really good. And it was mainly just like techno and electronic music. And we became really popular here. And then I was in another band that was like a soul R&B group. And then I signed a solo deal, and that's when I started writing and recording stuff to shop, abroad for a bigger record deal.
Well, that's really good, because sometimes when you have a famous mother or father, it's like, oh, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, they're gonna open all the doors for me.
Yeah.
So, and you had it like, from scratch. You did it from scratch, like to start all over, and you have the potential, and producers saw that in you, so you have like that natural
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, and it's just a musical upbringing, and being around, always being in the studio, and going on being backstage at shows and tours and stuff. And so I grew up in the business, so of course I knew a lot of people, but to me, when I was 16, I just wanted to work with like cool DJs and just like really young people. I didn't want to work with like
Hmm.
people that worked with my dad, that which were older.
Hmm.
And my dad was just, he was just very strict. My parents were very strict that I stay in school. Like, I had to graduate from college. I couldn't sign any record deals outside of the country unless I graduated. So it was like really strict. They wanted me to have like a backup, and it was very important to them that I had an education.
And what did you study in college?
I studied psychology,
Okay.
and I really loved it. And I was also in ballet for 8 years. Studied ballet for many years in the National Theater, and dance was a huge part of my life, and was something that I really wanted to do. But then I had an injury, and I had to quit when I was 15, and that's when I started just going back into music, and kind of went full force into music while I was in school, and I was traveling a lot, going to London and going
Hmm.
to, Sweden and Scotland, and just working with different producers just to work on demos and stuff like that. And then we started shopping all the demos to various labels in the US when I graduated, and had like 5 different labels that wanted to sign me. So I got into like a kind of a bidding war, and we just kind of went with a label that was, just offered the most and most support and just the best deal, really. And that's when I
I,
started working on my solo album.
I'm sorry. I my connection just got a little.
Oh, okay.
So you got frozen and I got frozen, but I'm back again. So, uh,
Okay.
yes, you were telling me that you were 16 when you began with your demos and stuff, and then you released this in 2001. Can you believe it's been 20 years?
I mean, it's crazy to me because it feels like it wasn't that long ago, and And I remember working for like such a long time making this album, and it was like recorded all over the world. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Sweden and all over America and London, and it took a really long time to make. And then it finally, the single came out, and it went to like a top 30 on the Billboard charts, and I was touring, and it was really great. I mean, but it wasn't really the music that I wanted to make
Mm-hmm.
because it was very pop. I mean, I wanted to, do more R&B stuff. So it wasn't, they really wanted me to be like a Christina Aguilera kind of types,
Mm-hmm.
recording artist. And it wasn't really, my heart wasn't really in it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it was a great experience. I mean, I moved to LA and I was with the label for 4 or 5 years, and just it was like a school. Like I just learned so much, and it was an amazing ride. It was really unbelievable for like a girl from Iceland coming there and having all these things done for her, and just having a stylist, a vocal coach, a choreographer, and all these things. I mean, it was like insane, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just but it was great. And but I really did learn what I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
from that experience, and I just wanted to have more control of my music and my sound and my image. And it was very boxed in. They wanted to do the whole pop thing. And
Well, yeah.
I was 100% on board with that.
Well, 2001 is known for having a lot of pop stars. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
huge amount of female singers,
And
and
boy bands, and yeah.
yes, boy bands, girl bands, and every time I see your video, I don't know why I get a Kylie Minogue vibe.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a super pop video. The same director who did my video did Oops, I Did It Again, and
Yes.
Hit Me Baby one. Like he was like the guy who did all those videos, and he did my video. And yeah, it was a really great experience. And then I released a second solo album in 2005,
Bird of
which
Freedom.
yeah, which was just basically that was an album that was released only in Iceland and through a label here, and it was mostly co-written by me, and it was produced by my brother and my dad, and it was like a family kind of thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very like just everything played live, and just really going back to kind of like a country roots kind of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I formed Steed Lord, which was just like an electronic craziness and just this fantasy world. And that's where I really blossomed as an artist and got to just be whoever I wanted to be. And just, it was so creative. I mean, we did our own videos, we had our own label, we wrote all the music, we produced it, we did everything. And it was just 10 years of so much creativity, touring
Mm-hmm.
all over the world. We had so much fun, and we did a lot of things. We were independent, but I mean, we had a clothing line with H&M, and we did a lot of really cool, exciting things. So it was great.
I was actually watching the videos from Steed Lord, and I could tell that there's like some Lady Gaga vibe with all the clothing and all that makeup.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
super fashion.
I know it's funny because we started that band in 2005, 6-ish, and I didn't even know who Lady Gaga was then. And and that was just, my whole world was just that kind of fashion. And I styled everything. I made my clothes and everything. And then it was so funny when she came out. Uh, a friend of mine who's a stylist in LA, when they were going for her looks and stuff, they looked at like Kylie Minogue, they looked at Steed Lord and Royce and Murphy, and like all these artists that weren't big in America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I guess they were like inspired by a lot of people, and Bjork, of course, was from Iceland. And so it was funny because it was just that kind of vibe going on at that time when she came out, and just a lot of you know small little underground electronic bands doing crazy visuals and crazy fashion, and so.
Yeah, but then we can say that she got inspired by you.
Well, I think she got
That
like
has
an
told your
I mean,
style.
I think she got inspired by a lot of people. I mean, which we all do. I mean, I was inspired by Bjork and Madonna and like Diana Ross and like stuff from the 70s and 80s, and
Hmm.
I was influenced myself by a lot of different people. I think we all are as artists. You can't I mean, you're always inspired by something,
Hmm.
and that's okay, and then you just express it in the way that you want to express it, and that's how I did it.
And well, now you are known for always being like fashionista, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've had my own clothing label for a
Hmm.
couple of years when I lived in LA. I lived there for 10 years and did like 4 collections, and I've always made a lot of my costumes, and I've always loved sewing and making clothes and making costumes, and also like works I worked as a stylist as well
Hmm.
when I lived in LA and styled other artists. Like I styled 3 videos with DJ Havana Brown and like a bunch of artists, and I
Hmm.
love doing that. I love fashion and styling and designing and stuff like that. So that's always been a part of just my creativity, is to just always be creative.
Yes, that's what makes you unique. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, it's just what I love, and I guess when you love doing something, it really shines through. And I'm just doing me, and I'm
Hmm.
just glad that people like it. It's that's you never know how people are gonna if they're gonna like it or get it or whatever.
Yeah, but now it's your style. I mean, you began as a pop star, uh, which is more like every time a girl gets in a band or signs her record deal, they're more like you have to wear this and this and this.
Yeah.
So it's more
Mm-hmm.
like from the label, and this
Yeah.
time you get to decide what you're gonna use, how you're
Yeah.
gonna do your makeup, and
Yeah, I did everything and it was such a freeing experience being in that band, because I was with in the band. It was me and my ex-husband and then his 2 brothers. So, and we were just like really close, and we just were like, "Oh, let's create this crazy world and just do whatever we want." And it was
Mhm.
so great. And it was so freeing from being always with a label where everybody's telling you got to wear this, you got to be this, da 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 da, like this demographic, this market, and all that. And I didn't give a shit. Like when I was in that band, I was just like, I'm just gonna do whatever, and we got some amazing fans out of that, and we toured
Mhm.
all over the world. We did huge like gay prides all over, and we went everywhere. I mean, Russia, Australia, Eastern Europe, Scandinavia,
Wow.
UK. We toured with Peaches and Chromeo and in the States, and we did like a lot of shows. We were always touring.
Yeah, when you told me that you visited Mexico City, I was like, "Why? Whoa!"
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
we did a
that's
lot of shows. Which was great. I mean, it was awesome to be able to travel the world and play your music and perform, and it's awesome. It's just a privilege to do.
and then when it finished, uh, the Eurovision show came, the
Well,
opportunity for
I
you.
I actually in the meantime, right before Eurovision, I was a judge on the Voice in Iceland. So I did
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons of The Voice,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and that was awesome. I loved being on that show and just being a mentor and having my team, and became really close with all the kids on my team. And then I was working on my solo stuff because Steed Lord, we kind of quit in 2015, and then I formed this little project called Blissful, and we
Yeah.
released 3 videos and 3 songs, and that was like a passion project that me and my ex kind of created, and
Mm-hmm.
out of that, I just wanted to go solo again, and that's. I was just writing in LA a lot, and I wrote Paper, and it was actually just supposed to be like a solo single. I wasn't going to compete in Eurovision or anything like that. And then a friend of mine was like, "You should really send it into Eurovision," and I'm like, "I don't know. I mean, I'm a very well-known singer in Iceland. I feel like I don't know, like maybe it's not fair that I go or whatever." And
Mhm.
then I was just like, I mean, why not? I mean, I haven't really been in Iceland for years and years, and then I sent it in and competed and won like really big time and it kind of just revived my solo career really and it was just such a great experience and I just had so much fun because I just went into it just to meet people and have fun and do my best and just take it all in. I didn't really go into it like, oh, I want to win and I want to be the best. And I'm just not a very competitive person.
Mhm.
So I went in there just to like be there and just, connect with all the other artists and
Mhm.
when I went to the Ukraine to be in the big competition, it was the same. I was just like connecting with all the artists and producers and songwriters that were competing and it was just awesome because I have like really good friends from all this competing. I have like legitimate friends, from that. So
Such a
it
great
was,
experience.
yeah, it was awesome. It was so great. Very thankful
I
for
think
that.
that sometimes it doesn't matter if you win or not. It's more like the experience that gives you all the
Yeah. Yeah, and just the message of the song was really important to me, and I feel like so
best.
many people connected to the song and the message, and that's all I want to do really is like I want my music to touch people, and I want to, you know, do something good, and it's not about oh I want attention, look at me. I'm like it's never been about that. It's just having that opportunity and gift to be able
Mhm.
to touch people with your music, and that's such a gift and I'm
And
just
Paper is an amazing song. I mean, can
oh,
you
thank
tell
you.
us a little bit about, for those who don't know, what Paper is about?
So it's about basically it's about mental health and I've always been really open, especially in the press here in Iceland, that I've dealt with anxiety for a long time, and I've had like
Mhm.
my ups and downs with mental health. And I just wanted to write a song about that like weird relationship that you have with anxiety, especially if you've like suffered from it for years and years.
Mhm.
uh and it's kind of like a toxic relationship where you're in it and then you feel like it's gonna just drown you or destroy you, but it's not gonna because you're stronger than that. And
Mhm.
so it's basically we put it up as like a bad relationship, but it's
Okay.
actually just about being brave and like being a fighter and the Icelandic lyric is just basically all about that. So
Mm.
um, I feel like the Icelandic lyric really depicts the content of the lyrics more than the English lyric.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, this song is just it's very precious to me, and I feel like it has like a really strong message.
Well, I wish I could pronounce the Icelandic versions because I don't know how to. But
Yeah.
you recently released a song about a week ago. I just saw the video. Let me try. Bir Tunar Brew.
Yes, that's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Birtuna Bro. Yeah, it's really good. Wow. Yeah, and that song is about loving someone, doesn't matter who it is, unconditionally and everything that comes with that person and
Mhm.
always kind of trying be that light in the dark for this person.
Mhm.
And because Birtunar means light, and then Bru means bridge. So it's basically being like a bridge that has
Okay.
light on it. So if that person is like struggling and just in the darkness, it can always find you on that bridge that has like you're that light that's gonna like uh guide this person into light and love basically.
Whoa,
So
that's
that's
so
what the song
beautiful.
is. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a really beautiful song and beautiful lyric, and I love singing it in my native language. It's a beautiful language. It's a really hard language to sing in, but I really love it. So, and I released an EP album that was all Icelandic this year,
Mhm, mhm,
and I just had a lot of fun writing in Icelandic and just kind of because I've never done that before. My music has always been in English. Not to
mhm.
say that I'm not going to release anything. I'm going to release English music as well, but in English language. But I just wanted to really, you know, kind of sing in my native tongue just to kind of honor my heritage and where I
Yeah,
come from. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, us fans, I always tell everybody that it doesn't matter where you're from and if you speak the language or not. I mean, music is universal, and
Yeah.
that's it.
I mean, I listen to Italian, French, all kinds of music, and
Mhm.
I don't care that I don't understand. I just love the melody and the singing, and I don't know what they're saying. I just love it, So
Yeah,
I don't care, if you're singing in Portuguese or Spanish. It's just beautiful,
yeah,
and
because music's universal.
yeah, I mean, Spanish music is, and the language is so beautiful. And I mean, we listen to like Mark Anthony's, singing in Spanish. It's really beautiful.
Yes. So, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you know some of those artists. I mean, Mark Anthony is from Puerto Rico, but do you know any Mexican artists?
Rosalia. Do you
I
know
don't
Rosalia?
know. She's like new, right?
Yeah,
I don't listen to a lot of nowadays music.
I love Rosalia. I think she's just, oh my God, like I love her. And then, Becky G, I know her music, and um yeah, I listen to a lot of like Spanish speaking pop music. I really like it.
Well, that's great. And I was
Yeah.
actually about to tell you that this last single of you, Virtuna Puru, gave me that vibe of Sia's Chandelier.
Yeah, yeah. It has like the same kind of vibe of like these big octave, like higher octave vocals, and it's like really powerful kind of power ballad, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you have also released other English songs that I actually love for the night.
Yeah, that's a great song. I really love that song. I wrote that in LA with a couple of great people, and that video was awesome. And because I am really involved with the videos, I
Mhm.
styled, did the art direction in all my videos. So I'm really proud of all that stuff, all the videos that I've done.
Yeah, and
So
you
yeah.
actually look really pretty in there. I love your makeup.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I actually, in the new video, I did all my own hair and makeup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like you do everything from writing the music to your hair and makeup. That's great. I mean, that's what makes
Yeah.
you a complete artist.
I love doing my own hair and makeup, and I worked with some amazing makeup and hair people, and I have
Hmm.
so much respect for them. But it's like really therapeutic for me, especially when I do big shows and stuff, just to do my makeup. And I'm like there for like 3, 4 hours, just like singing,
Wow.
listening to music, doing my makeup. And it's like therapy for me. It just really calms me before big events. So doing a video, like I loved doing my makeup for that because I was just like vibing before a shoot, and just it's so much fun.
Yeah, and you look just how you want to look,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way you like.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, Rosalia is from Spain.
Ah, okay,
No, she's not Mexican. I'm telling
okay.
you, I don't know about nowadays music.
Yeah. Oh, well, Selena, not Selena Gomez, the other Selena. She's
Yeah,
from
Celine.
Mexico, right?
She was born in Texas, but
Okay.
her parents were Mexican.
Yeah, I love her. Like she was so amazing.
Yes, we have a lot of artists here. Here we have people from Brazil. Juan Cesar, hi.
Mm,
He says, Zvala, listen to Vanessa Camargo. She's Brazilian and you're gonna love. Yes, I
okay.
recommend that to you.
Okay.
There's a lot of Brazilian pop stars too. And from Iceland, I also know, I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing it correctly, but Florun Antonia? I don't know.
Ah, Thorn Antone. That's, yeah, she's my friend.
She is.
Oh yeah, it's a small country, and like everybody in the industry, we all know each other. So
I-
it's, we're all like super tight. So yeah, it's a small business, but yeah, she's awesome.
yeah, she also sings in English, and
Yeah. She just needs to like release more music. She hasn't really been releasing a lot of music lately,
yeah,
so
yes, she's
she's
more like
awesome.
electronic, right?
Yeah, yeah, very like kind of kitschy disco. Yeah, she's awesome.
You mentioned Bjork. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Björk, yeah.
Bjork. She's super famous worldwide,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know any of her songs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like her first two albums were like the most pop uh
Hmm.
in genre. Now it's she's more of just like an artist, like a concept artist. She's just such a an amazing artist, and just her videos and costuming and her shows, and it's like going to a museum or something,
Hmm.
or like looking at art, because I feel like her music and everything that she's doing now is just like amazing art that could be at like a museum.
Yes, she's like always super. I don't know, like
She looks
uh,
like a creature from like the ocean or
extravagant.
something. Yeah.
Extravagant.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's such a genius. I've always adored her and just have so much respect, because she's like a real artist. She's doing it for the art.
Yes, and there are a lot of Iceland pop singers too. Which
Yeah.
other ones do you recommend?
Well, uh, Kaleo is like a big band, and they're really big in the US.
Hmm.
It's spelled Kaleo. It's like kind of like a soul rock band. They're
Okay.
really big in the US. Of Monsters and Men are really big too, worldwide. They're awesome. Ásgeir Trausti, really great artist. Yeah, there's so many that are amazing. Just we have such a big uh pool of amazing artists here, and everybody's very musical, and a lot of people are you know doing music and then working five other jobs to support themselves, but everybody's making music here. It's very musical people.
Well, it's not a big country, but like you just said, everybody knows each other. So
Yeah, I mean, we're only like, how many are we? We're like 350,000 people here. It's like a small little neighborhood in LA. It's very small.
it's the
Uh,
kind of it's the amount of people I have in this street.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's like, there's some neighborhoods in LA that have like 500,000 people living in it. So yeah, it's not a lot of people live here, but it's a really big island. The country itself is massive.
hmm. Hmm.
We have like, yeah, we have more sheep than people. I think we have like 600,000 sheep here.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
That's
yeah.
so we have here questions from our fans.
Okay.
Mauricio from Colombia says, I want to know about Zvala's musical influences.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, it was definitely Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince,
Hmm.
uh, Bowie, David Bowie, and stuff like that growing up. And then later on, I have such a broad musical taste. I mean, it's from like Ella Fitzgerald to Billie Holiday to Barbara Streisand to uh Nirvana. Um, I mean, I could go on. It's just so many different people.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I listen to such a broad genre. I listen to like movie soundtracks that have like no singing over them, like I listen to so many different. I love, opera music. I love Andrea Bocelli. There's like, yeah, a lot of different genres that I listen to. I love soul music, Motown, Supremes, Diana Ross,
Hmm.
Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, all that old kind of Motown stuff, Elvis, Dolly Parton, Patsy Cline, the
Oh, we love
Carpenters. I mean, it's like
everything.
a lot of different people.
Yeah. Cesar from Brazil says, "Do you have any recorded concert from this era? I'd like to see more live performances from that album."
I don't
And me
think
too.
I remember that I always had like a little video camera when I was like touring with his album, and
Mhm.
I have all these different. Oh, that's my dog, sis. It's my dog. My boyfriend's home. Wait,
Uh-huh.
baby. Ég er í viðtalinu uppi. So just take her. She's like barking and yeah. I'm sorry. And I used to like tape all the concerts and stuff, but I never put it online. So maybe I'll put it online someday. But I have like a
Oh,
lot of um a lot of footage from that time. A lot of like behind the scenes making of the video, rehearsals, touring, because I had my video camera on me all the time. So I took photos and video of everything.
oh yeah, please just shoot because there's not a lot of content from that era,
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't.
and we'd love to see more of those live performances. Which songs did you use to perform from this album?
So it was usually always Real Me, of course, and then Falling,
Hmm.
All About You, uh, Close to You, and then I think it was Wonder of My World, I think.
Hmm. Okay.
And yeah, it was, and then there was like an intro, and I always had like dancers, and we did a lot of touring in the US. I mean, went everywhere to like every small town, every big city. I did a mall tour. I supported like a boy band called O Town, which was
Oh,
big
really?
back then. Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, so I did like a tour with them, which was like a stadium tour, which was awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have like footage of all that stuff. I just never put it online.
Oh, please do. We all would be really thankful.
Yeah. And I did like TV performances, but they were never put online. I guess the internet, I mean, I don't even think YouTube existed in 2001.
No, we
Because
didn't.
I did shows like for real. I did like Jenny Jones and Jerry Springer, and like I did all these shows and sang The Real Me, which was so funny. Did like
Hmm.
random talk shows and Nickelodeon and Disney Channel and MTV and VH1. Like, did all those like things. So
God, you performed then in a lot of places.
yeah, a
It's
lot of
weird
places.
that there's not a lot of videos from
I
that.
know, yeah. It's strange. I mean, I literally toured for like 2 years with this album. I was always on tour.
Wow,
Always. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Whoa,
Yeah.
a lot of things we don't know. Now, thankfully, to these social media, we get to know what the artists are doing because back then it was
Yeah.
you
Back
get to
then,
write them a letter.
yeah, I mean back then I had like a homepage and there was like a message board and that was like the only information fans could get. But
Wow,
we didn't really have any. There was no like social media, there was no YouTube, there was nothing like that back then. So it's very, very different.
now it's easier, thank God.
Yeah, now everybody's like connected and you know everything. You know too much.
Yes. Now, your favorite song from this album?
I think I would have to say uh Strong Enough. I co-wrote that song and it just it's like it holds like a special meaning and it's a beautiful ballad and it's just a beautiful song and I really do like love The Real Me. I mean, I co-wrote that song and I was like 20 years old when I co-wrote that and it's still such a staple song in my concerts and and I always have to perform it when I'm in Iceland every time because it was such a huge hit over here. So it's a big part of my legacy, that song. So I will always really love that song.
It's one of the greatest songs from 2001, definitely.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
everybody
so
here
much.
says that they love it, so me too. I mean, it's a great,
Thank you.
it's a great, great song. I
Thank
actually
you.
love that you recorded "You to Me Are Everything."
Yeah, that's where that because I love Motown. So like that because I love that old soul stuff. So I asked to do a cover of that song and they were like, "You want to do that song?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a really great song."
It's beautiful. It's actually one of my favorite songs from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so cool. I mean,
I grew up listening to that. My mom and dad played that kind of music, disco and 70s and soul and so I grew up listening to that stuff. So I loved that song.
and it's actually really cool because I just, well, the first version was from a group, and then
Yeah.
listening to you as a pop female singer doing your own version was really cool.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean that I actually haven't listened to that song for a really long time. Maybe I should. I really have to like I haven't really listened to that album in a while.
Well, now you should. I mean,
I
it's full
should.
of bobs. It's full of bobs.
Yeah, yeah.
And now the questions I always ask to my guests is, who is your favorite female singer?
Wow, that's really hard. Well, I mean, what comes first to mind is Whitney.
Okay.
Whitney Houston is like I mean since I can remember I was singing Whitney and just I was like 6 and I was like listening to her albums like I didn't even know what she was saying but I just to me she was just the ultimate voice, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just beauty, grace, and her music just classic songs and yeah, I mean, I think she's like on the top of my list. I just, you know, and it was sad, you know, what happened to her and how it kind of all went in the end, which was so tragic. But to me, she will always be the voice, you know, and just one of my favorite singers of all time.
Yeah, she was amazing, and thank God we have her music right now.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm really lucky because I have a concert called Divas, which we actually did in 2019. We couldn't do it last year or this year because of COVID. So
Mm-hmm.
we're doing it next year. And
Okay.
and it's called Divas because we basically sing all those old diva songs like
Wow.
Aretha, Whitney, Celine, Mariah. So we're doing like we're like paying homage to all those all-time great divas, and
Wow.
it's like a annual. We do it every year, and it's such an exciting project, and I love being a part of it. And when we did our first concert in 2019, I actually got a chance to sing "I Have Nothing," you know, that Whitney did for the Bodyguard, and "I Will
Mhm.
Always Love You," and so that was just a huge moment for me to be able to sing in front of two sold out like arenas singing her music. It was just like
Wow.
mind blowing, you know.
Wow. Well, we will be looking forward for that.
Yeah, we'll be putting videos from that concert on YouTube very soon because we're starting to promote the Divas 2022 in April. So because that's going to be in April, so we're going to be
Okay.
putting up videos from that concert, the first one.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah.
Perfect. And then, who's your favorite male singer?
Male singer. There's so many good ones. I mean, Bruno Mars is a big favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, his vocals are insane. Um,
Very cool.
I'm a big Prince fan too. I would say, I mean, yeah, I mean, Bruno is on top of my list. Yeah.
And your favorite female band?
Female band. Oh God. Can it be a girl band?
Yeah, so it's a girl band.
Okay. Uh, okay. There's like a couple that could be. Maybe. This is a hard one. I mean, Spice Girls is. Yeah. I mean, I think I would have to say Spice Girls.
They're like unique.
Yeah. They're just. I don't know. I think they were brilliant. Just the way
Yeah.
that they were. You know, they
Yeah.
all had their own characters, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. and they actually inspired a lot of other pop
Yeah, I mean they were
girl
kind of
groups.
the first super girl band, you know.
Actually, I think this Icelandic group Nylon,
Yeah,
I think they said once that they got inspired by them.
yeah, yeah. They're all the girls in that band are all really good friends of mine.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that you know everybody.
Yeah, I mean Steinun, who was in Nylon, was actually my manager for 4 years because she's a manager today. She owns a management company here in Iceland. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Then you know everybody. I mean, I love Emiliana Torrini.
Yeah, I've known her since I was 13 because we had like confirmation together when we were 13 because we were both raised in the Catholic Church. So
Okay.
I've known her since I was 13. Yeah.
Well, she's awesome too. I love her music.
Oh, I forgot to mention her. She's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, now you know that Svala knows everybody in Iceland.
I mean, it's a small country. It's not like everybody kind of knows each other, really. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fun. And then who's your favorite boy band?
Oh, that's easy. Backstreet Boys.
Someone here asked if you like the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
Love. I was a big Backstreet Boys fan. Yeah. I mean, I do like a lot of NSYNC stuff, but to
Mhm.
me, the Backstreet Boys, I mean, yeah. Love.
So there you go, Tim. She liked the Backstreet Boys. And now, if you were dropped in an island and you could only take 5 albums with you, which ones would you take?
I would take I think Whitney's first album, which was just
Mm-hmm.
called Whitney. Purple Rain with Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I would take oh Lord. Probably best of my dad's because my dad has like a best of album, like greatest hits album. I would take that album.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do oh Lord. Do I have two left?
Yes, you have two left.
Okay. Oh, I would do Royce and Murphy's Overpowered album. Love that album. And then I would do what's that album with the Backstreet Boys? Black was it called Black and Blue or
Black and
something?
Blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would,
So
yeah.
those are your 5 top albums.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Svala, it's been a pleasure talking to you. You don't
You
know how
too,
much
Mariel. Yeah, just thank you for supporting my music. It means so much to me.
I love your music and I will
Thank
always be
you.
supporting you. Please,
Thank
guys,
you.
follow Svala on her social media.
Yeah, my Instagram is Svala Kali, which is
Svala, mhm,
Svala and then Kali.
yes, Svala Kali, and stay tuned because she's releasing new music.
Yes, new music. Yeah.
Like I always say, it doesn't matter if you speak or not the language, listen to it. I mean,
Yeah, and I will be, releasing stuff in English too. So, because I have a lot of people that don't speak my language that like my music. So, of course, I want to make music for them too.
well, we will be staying tuned. And thanks again. It's been an honor, a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It's so much fun. Thank you for having me.
And thanks everyone that's been watching from Brazil, from Colombia, from Canada,
Oh,
from the
wow.
US. I mean, we have a lot of people here. And thank you so much for always being there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this interview with Svala. I sure did. And I can't wait to talk to you again someday.
Yes,
Probably
yes.
see you.
Yes, yes. We'll definitely do another interview, maybe when the next single comes out or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, surely. That will happen.
Yeah.
Well, sending you big hugs, Svala.
Yes, big hug and hugs to everyone who was listening from Svala here in Iceland.
Thank you. Take care, and we
Thank
will be
you.
in touch.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.